Hey guys, Buckeye Blessed here. Um, Sorry if I look a little flushed. I just ended up having another take. I ended up coughing up a storm. Um, Today's video is about Adams Arms gas blocks and gas piston kits. This is my third build with Adams Arms gas piston kits. The only rail system I found that works with them well is Fortis. Fortis makes a heck of a good gas handguard that works extremely well with the gas piston kits from Adams Arms. I don't know about Superlative. They're the only company I know that makes aftermarket kits. But there's three things you need to remember when you're using an Adams Arms gas piston kit. And I can tell you I went through 4 different handguards that I purchased, and they're not cheap. None of them were cheap. They were all over 150 bucks. And I built 3 different rifles at the same time using gas piston kits. Fortis is the one that we found that works the best. Here's why. One, and this had nothing to do with the handguard, but you have to have an oversized gas port. You're putting a lot of gases up into that gas piston. What's the difference between the AR gas kits? Well, here's the difference. When the bullet goes up and the gases follow the bullet, in a direct impingement, which is what every other AR has, the gases go up, come down the gas tube, hit the bolt carrier group, and cycles it with the buffer to get the next round. In a gas piston, gases don't go beyond the gas block, they get kicked back out the front of the gun. But there's a rod that catches that force and knocks that bolt carrier back. So you don't have any gases going back into your... So if you're going to run suppressed, it's actually much cleaner. But outside of the oversized gas port, the second thing you're going to need is you're going to need a handguard that's tall enough and wide enough in the pick rail to get around that gas block. Circular handguards will not work. Throw them out the window. They're not going to work, I can promise you. You're going to need a pick rail full length, and more importantly, you're going to need it wide enough and tall enough to get around that gas block. Here's the catch though. The gas block isn't your biggest problem. Here's what's really going to take away your ability to use most of them. Because I found several that went over the gas block. But the real kicker was when the piston has to go over the barrel nut. You need to use a standard GI barrel nut. Which means you have to have a handguard that can fit over these spikes. And if you're doing free float, that becomes way more challenging. Standard drop-in, not such a big deal. Adams Arms, they're built for that. But to free float it like this one and the other 2 I built, that becomes a challenge. So that is where Fortis comes in. All 3 rails ended up being Fortis because Fortis makes the best rails for Adams Arms gas system that I could find that were in stock. A lot of people carry Fortis rails. So this one is 14 inch with a 14.5 inch barrel because I couldn't find a 13.5 inch or they didn't have one in stock, whatever the case is. But long story short, this is just one of 3 that are currently being built. The other 2 will be built by the end of the week. And those, I will show at least one of those because they will have a special unique feature to them that the customer requested. So I will be more than happy to discuss that with you when they get built. I'm going to give you the name Gibbs Arms and you can go from there. But that being said, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. This is Buckeye Blessed, and I'll see you next time.